Did you know there's a secret behind the yukata Kid Gojo was wearing in Season 2? Or the reason behind Todo and Toji's scars? Here are 25 small details you probably missed in Jujutsu Kaisen. Starting with this little detail from the opening theme song of the show. If you take a good look at the opening song for Season 2, you will notice that it has a picture of Gojo sitting exactly like Itadori was in the opening song for Season 1. Yup, that is quite intriguing. But not as intriguing as the history behind the naming of the series. See, originally, Gege named the show Juttai Taiten, but because Jujutsu, which means sorcery in Japanese, had to be included in the name, he then changed it to Jujutsu Sosen, eventually changing it to Jujutsu Kaisen. Both Yuji and Nobara's full names come from very interesting sources. Yuji is the name of Gege's former classmate, while Itadori is the name of a medicinal plant that heals people. As for Nobara Kugisaki, the Kugi in her name is a Japanese word for nail, referencing the hammer and nails she uses. The no in her name means wild, and the bara in her name means roses, which is a pure reference to the tattoos that we see on her arms whenever she uses her curse technique. Gege originally planned to kill Yuji before the end of Season 1, but decided to let him live as the show is getting more and more popular and it wouldn't make any sense to get rid of its main character. Man, Yuji's plot armor really saved the day. In the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, you would notice Gojo is wearing a bandage, while in the anime, he's wearing a blindfold. Why is that? There's actually a reason behind this. See, Gege realized that drawing those bandages on every manga panel each week would be stressful, so Gege decided to draw a blindfold instead, as it was an easier alternative. While Gojo's character design was inspired by a Naruto character, you would be shocked to know that it isn't Kakashi Hatake. Gojo's character design was actually inspired by a minor character from the Chunin exams named Tobitake Tombo. What is even more shocking is that the dragonfly shown on the yukata Kid Gojo was wearing in Season 2 serve as an homage to the character, as his last name, Tombo, actually means dragonfly in Japanese. The Zenin family home is actually real and is derived from an architectural museum in Tokyo called Kodakara-yu. If we take a good look at the pose Mahito is making in the opening theme song for Season 1, he appears to mirror the 18th century plasterwork Death Blowing Bubbles at a former chapel in Germany. Mappa sure loves putting a lot of hidden details in their opening theme songs. Okay, let's take things to the next level and talk about even more fascinating details. And there is nothing more fascinating than the infamous one-eyed cat avatar Gege uses. There's actually a reason why this cat has one eye instead of two, and this is shown in the Jujutsu Kaisen fanbook. Turns out the cat is a direct reference to the fact that it is easier for Gege to draw with one eye closed. That is some crazy talent, but not as crazy as this little detail. In the second opening song of Season 1, we see a one-eyed black cat, which is a direct reference to Gege's avatar. Unlike most characters in the show, Gojo doesn't seem to have any hobbies, as he's basically good at anything he tries. However, during his high school days, he used to be a huge Digimon fan. In the manga, he would always speak using Digimon references. Surprisingly, both his Japanese and English voice actors had roles in Digimon. His Japanese voice actor played Charizmon, and his English voice actor played Kyotaro Imura in one of the Digimon series titled Digimon Adventure, Last Evolution Kizuna. Junpei's plot armor couldn't save him, as he was killed earlier on in the series. Gege felt sorry for not spending enough time on him and decided to add a few original scenes to the anime that helped round out his character. I really wish we had the chance to see more of Junpei. While Nobara's reddish-brown hair looks amazing on her, it isn't her natural color. Without her hair dye, she'd have dark brown hair, but that isn't her only secret about her. She also loves shopping a lot. During her free time, she would always go out to shop for amazing clothes to wear. This is not so surprising when you consider how cautious she is about her looks. But the fun doesn't stop there, because in chapter 83 of the manga, we get to see a character dressed up like Luffy from One Piece. This is such a hard to find detail that I didn't realize it till I read the chapter again. But Luffy isn't the only one that has been referenced in the JJK manga. Demon Slayer has equally appeared in the manga, as shown in chapter 195, where we get to see a toy katana that looks similar to Tanjiro's katana. What is even crazier is the fact that it also mimics one of the breathing forms of water breathing. First form, water surface slash. Okay, let's crank things up and go into even more hidden details, starting with the fact that Yuji is a huge anime fan. You heard that right. In Season 1 of the anime, we can see Yuji calling out iconic attacks like the Rasengan from Naruto, Bankai from Bleach, the Spirit Bomb from Yu Yu Hakusho, and the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball. Man, the anime references in Jujutsu Kaisen are so cool! but not as cool as Todo and Toji's scars. While these scars make them look so manly, there's actually an interesting reason behind them. See, Todo's scar is from his harsh training with Yuki, while Toji got his from the physical abuse he received as a child from the Zenin clan, as they once threw him in a pit filled with cursed spirits. Speaking of Todo, do you know that he's actually inspired by the infamous Zarakai Kenpachi from the Bleach universe? If you compare them side by side, you can see a little resemblance between both characters, with both having scars on their left eye. Toge Inumaki, the last surviving member of the Inumaki clan, possesses a powerful cursed speech technique that allows him to give the commands that must be obeyed. To avoid harming himself or others, Toge speaks in rice toppings. But how did the Inumaki clan communicate with each other? In an interview, Gege revealed that the Inumaki clan communicated using their hearts. This means that they were able to understand each other's thoughts and feelings without having to speak. Before we get into the next weird Easter egg, if you are having a great time so far and want to be entered in our video shoutout giveaway, simply subscribe and comment, "I subbed," and you will be entered. This shoutout giveaway goes to @Kukwankra1255. Thanks for being part of the family. Let's get back into it. Did you know there's a reason why Jogo has black teeth? No, it isn't because he doesn't brush his teeth. His black teeth are inspired by a process called teeth blackening, or ohaguro in Japan, where one dyes their teeth to prevent tooth decay. Okay, now things are about to get even more insane because we're moving into way more crazy details. Did you know that the power system behind Jujutsu Kaisen was inspired by Nen from Hunter x Hunter and the World Trigger series? You heard me right? Turns out Gege is a huge fan of Yoshihiro Togashi, the creator of the Hunter x Hunter series. Probably the saddest fact on this list is the fact that Megumi gets depressed anytime his Shikigami dies. This is because people like him get sadder over the deaths of animals than people he doesn't know. Like in most anime, the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are primarily Japanese. However, there are a few characters who are both Japanese and something completely different, like Kento Nanami, whose maternal grandfather is Danish, making him 1/4 Danish and 3/4 Japanese. Momo Nishimiya's mother is Japanese, while her father is American, making her half Japanese and half American. Speaking of Nanami, did you know that he was originally meant to be a villain? Yeah, you heard that right. Fortunately, Gege has a change of heart. In fact, Nanami has become Gege's favorite character in the entire series. Did you know that Yuta Okotsu is actually related to Gojo? In fact, they both share a common ancestor, Michizane Sugawara. It turns out this is the name of a real-life person from the Heian period. In fact, the reason why both Yuta and Gojo have a massive pool of cursed energy is due to their blood relation to Sugawara, who is one of the vengeful spirits. Despite Gojo's limitless riz, he's still no match for Geto when it comes to women. See, in the official Jujutsu Kaisen fan book, Gege stated that Geto is way more popular with the girls than Gojo. A mistake was made in this video. Did you catch it? Drop a comment if you spotted it. And if you want to see something even crazier, click on this video. What are you waiting for? Click it!